All right, Gage, what do you consider to be high mileage on a sport side-by-side?
Kind of depends the type of riding and the machine. So like around here, you see a machine that's 5 years old and it has 4,000 miles on it. They were doing quite a bit of riding. Around here, we have slower trails, so we get a lot of machines from like West Virginia area. 10,000 miles doesn't seem to do a lot to them. Yeah, so it just depends on how hard you're riding it and what the terrain's like.
Okay, thank you. All right, Adam, what do you consider to be high mileage on a sport side-by-side?
I don't know that you can really put an exact number on it. I would say a lot of it depends on maintenance. If you keep up with your oil changes and all your other fluids, take care of it, and still enjoy it, I think they'll last you a pretty long time. But if you just run it and never take care of anything that goes wrong with it, you're not going to get much life out of it.
Very true point, thank you. All right, Brian, what do you consider to be high mileage on a sport side-by-side?
I mean, it all depends on how it's ridden and where it's ridden, but anytime I pull a machine in and I see 5 digits on the dash, that's when I consider it's high mileage, more than 10,000.
Yep, yeah, very true, thank you.
Yep.
All right, Brian, what do you think is considered high mileage on a sport side-by-side?
Usually, I think the average we see is like 1,000 miles a year. You get a little bit of road riding, a little bit of trail riding. So if it's a 10-year-old machine and it has 10,000 miles on it, that's really not too bad. It seems a little high, but I don't think it is.
Okay, thank you. All right, Steve, what would you consider to be high mileage on a sport side-by-side?
That totally depends how it's been used. I mean, I've seen them beat to death with 500 miles, and I've seen them pristine with 10,000 plus. So yeah, there's no real straight answer on that. Off-road machines aren't like cars. It just depends on use, not necessarily miles and hours.
Very true, thank you.
Yeah.
All right, Bill, what would you consider to be high mileage on a sport side-by-side?
There's a lot of variables there. If you're in like West Virginia or a state where you ride them on the road, ride them to the gas station, 10,000 miles is where they start to get high, in my opinion. But I wouldn't be afraid of a 10,000 mile machine that lived that kind of life. Around here in PA, where all of the miles are off-road trail riding, 5,000-6,000 miles, they start to wear out a lot of items, and it gets, a little costly to keep them maintained at that point.
True point, thank you.
Yep.